guys, let's talk. I'm not gonna do any type of intro. I just want to dive straight into this because I'm really starting to believe that Spurs fans are starting to tattletale on themselves. Okay, they are starting to snitch on themselves because I believe that some of you guys have not watched a lick of Spurs basketball this season, and rightfully so. Okay, it's not fun to watch your team lose, but it's really time for you guys to seriously just wake up, because we are in no position right now to sit here and be skeptical over draft picks. I'm starting to see this more and more, and this is going to be more of just a rant, okay? But I'm starting to see this more and more where people are saying or trying to convince me that lottery picks don't matter and one player can't make a difference. What mindset are you in? So what is your solution then? Is your solution just to throw your hands up and give up? I mean, what are you talking about? Because at this point, this team is not going to get us anywhere unless you just want to be a subpar team for the rest of our franchise history. This is not going to work this way. Now, one thing that I've seen, and I think it's just completely misinformation, is that a lot of people are saying that our first pick will be like a mid-range pick. Like, it'll just be like 15, and it'll just be some other player that we just grabbed. No! The reason why most of these seasons have not been really great lottery picks is because the San Antonio Spurs have been just good enough to be mediocre. And when you're just good enough to mediocre, more than likely you're not going to get a great lottery pick. And this season, yeah, it's pretty similar to that. You know, this season we were pretty just mediocre, but we were worse than we typically are. Thus, we're going to have a better lottery pick. So I want to show you this because I think that some people just don't get it or don't understand what's at stake. First and foremost, this draft has a lot of good players, okay? People that are saying that there's no franchise players coming out of this draft, you don't know what you're talking about. There are some really good players that you can grab. The Spurs can literally start or kickstart their dynasty with this draft and the offseason, of course. But let me go ahead and dive into this. So the San Antonio Spurs, if you don't know what this means, it's just where you position, okay? Your odds at a lottery. So everybody that wanted the San Antonio Spurs to get into the playoffs, you could have just kissed all this goodbye. All right, no lottery. If you get into the draft, you get into the playoffs, there's no lottery, okay? Then you're just getting mid-range picks and there's no lottery, and we don't get that much better. But the position that we're in right here, we can get substantially better. So right here, we have a 26% chance of getting a 10th and a 50.7 chance of getting the 9th. So it is very likely, with over 70% chance of getting a 9th or 10th, that might happen. But with that being said, you also have a 20% chance of getting a 1 through 4. And the reason why the Pelicans could afford to win this game is because although they might not get a necessarily lottery pick, they own the Lakers lottery picks. So for them, it doesn't really matter as much. I think for them, they're just like, look, we're just going to try to win, do our thing. But the San Antonio Spurs, we cannot afford to not get a lottery pick at this point. And when you're trying to rely, I know some people have used this argument, well, you can just rely on trading up. When has the last time we traded up? Seriously, when was the last time we traded up? Now, a lot of people don't know this, but the Spurs have tried to trade up a plethora of seasons. Like maybe the past 4 seasons, they've tried to trade up and they haven't been able to. So you can't just rely on trading up. The only thing that you can definitely rely on is obviously going after certain people in the free agency, but you can rely on the lottery. That's what you can rely on. And if we get a 9th, if we get a 10th, we have a much better shot at trying to trade up in the lottery. But if we're not in the lottery at all, do you understand how difficult it would be to even get in the lottery? I don't understand where people are coming from with this mindset that a lottery player can't change everything. Like, I'm sorry. I guess Luka Doncic is just like a nobody. The San Antonio Spurs wanted him. I guess he's just a nobody. I don't know. In our history, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, they didn't change anything. And people that come out of these things and they say, well, this doesn't matter because we'll never have another Tim Duncan. There's no Tim Duncan in this draft. There will never be a Tim Duncan in any draft. There will never be a Michael Jordan in any draft. But you know what? There will be players good enough that could be superstars that can still win championships. Tim Duncan isn't the only player in NBA history to win championships, to win multiple championships. I'm sorry. Other players do that as well. I'm sorry. I know that I know that we hold dear Tim Duncan and David Robinson. We hold dear our franchise players, and I love them for it, right? I mean, they kickstarted the dynasty. But Tim Duncan isn't the only player in NBA history to have a dynasty. Other players have had dynasties. Other players have built dynasties. I'm sorry, Steph Curry is creating a dynasty. He's in the middle of a dynasty right now. So this idea that a lottery pick does nothing for your team is asinine. It's asinine. You don't know what you're talking about. And anybody that was shocked by this recent loss, you have not watched the Spurs this season. You saw the end of the season in which they went on a run, and you didn't contextualize it. We went against a lot of teams that just weren't that good, that were purposely trying to lose. We went against good teams that sat their star players. We are not that good. We're not that good. We have a decent foundation. We have decent role players. That is true. That is true. All right, that much is true. But at the same time, we don't have a player that's a dynamic scorer, and that's the biggest problem. I will take any player. I will take any player, even if the defense is lacking. I just want you to like try to play defense. But if the defense is lacking, I will take a player that's a dynamic scorer, because that's what you need in today's NBA. But this idea that a lottery pick will not change anything for us, therefore it doesn't matter. I don't know what your solution is. Your solution is just give up. I don't know what your solution is. The only way you can get that one or two piece that everyone is talking about is through the draft. We're a small market team. What other things are we gonna do? I just don't know. I don't know. Look, guys, it's time to wake up. Like, seriously, it's really time to wake up, because we're not in any position to sit back and say, oh, well, that doesn't matter. Okay, well, fine. If it doesn't matter, then, you know, why even make it to the lottery, right? We should have just tried to, we should have just gotten the playoffs, got a mid-range pick, and not got that much better. Unless you truly believe, and this is crazy to me. Unless you truly believe that the players on this team right now are superstars, I don't know what to tell you. And I want to end on this, because this is something that this is something that bothers me a lot. So this last game, the same people, I'm telling you guys, I don't say this and like, oh, well, it's this group of people that say this and this group of people that say that, and I clump them together. No, it's literally, I'm not going to call anybody out, but it's literally the same people saying this, okay? It's the same things. So the same people that are saying that lottery picks do not matter are the same people that are praising Devin Vassell for his performance. You know why he performed that way? You want to know why? Guess what? He's a lottery pick. Lottery picks perform that way sometimes in crucial situations. He's a lottery pick. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Look, if you like the video, subscribe. Patreon, YouTube members, $2 per month. If you want to support the channel, just wake up, man. Just wake up.